Oh, yeah.
Take that off. It's right here. Turn it off. The second one over. Okay. If you ever need a call for take them off or anything, turn it off there. I don't see a Sizemore, did you? On the roster, what number was that? One? Is that right?
That's me. That guy had number 1 on the first batter.
Garner playing for Scott County.
Pencil next time, Connor. Well, that might be on the car. We're trying to get one.
Test. So welcome to Scott County High School baseball action live finally. It's been over a year, Chris, since we've had baseball here. Great day, probably about mid-50s, I would say. A little bit chilly, but it's never too cold to play baseball.
True. The sun's out. And the sun's out, so that definitely helps the feel of things. A little chilly, but it's good to be back outdoors and back to normal.
Yep.
Somewhat normal.
So the first scrimmage of the year for Scott County, the Cardinals. We apologize for getting started late with the audio. It was a scrimmage. We did it last minute, so we were trying to do our best to get situated to be able to call the ball game. We were able to bring you the audio or the video of the top of the first inning. North Laurel left the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. Fly ball to right field and one hit. Left 3 runners on base. A little bit of wild. 3 walks in the inning for Scott County. Got a little bit better than that. But Scott County leading off, Zane Patton, the pitcher for Scott County, batting from the right side. First pitch from McCowan, low and inside. Looks like a little Christmas going on out there with the red and green.
Definitely. Let me see how these guys adjust to a left-handed pitcher starting right off. I'm sure they don't see that a lot in practice, so.
Yep, looks like he's a speed baller.
Does look like he's going to be painting the corners for sure.
Yep. 1-1 the count. Scott County Zane Patton. A little bit high. First pitch was low and inside. The last 2 were both high. Count goes to 3-0. Coach Willard over in the third base box. Terry Smith over in the first base box, coaching for Scott County. Taking all the way on that one. 3-1 the count. Defensively, we got Smith over at third, Sizemore at short, Hurst out at second, Hilliard at first, Van Hook catching. McCowan on the mound with the first walk of the season. So Zane Patton trots down to first base. That'll bring up Campton Martin, the center fielder.
I think you've seen from both of these pitchers, Zane in the top of the first struggled a little bit with his control. First time out, these guys are trying to get dialed in.
Yep, that's one thing that the weather will hurt. It's hard to get out and get in your pitching form in this weather.
Yeah, throwing a bullpen inside is just different than throwing it outside.
So from the stretch, McCowan looks over at first base, lets it go. Kenton Bottom says ball low. So 1-0 the count. The Scott County center fielder, Campton Martin. On deck for Scott County is the catcher, Luke Colvin.
We'll see what kind of jump Zane can get on this left-handed pitcher.
Yep.
He's got pretty good speed, so we'll see if they try to force the issue or not.
Yeah, I don't know if that was his best move or not, but Coach Wheeler calls the number signs. Martin has to pull the card out of his back pocket. I don't think Coach Wheeler would like that too much.
Yeah, I was at the local sports store today, and half the team was in there buying those cards.
Yep.
So,
no throw on the stolen base from Zane Patton, which makes it almost impossible to steal signs, given the 3-digit number.
That's true.
Coach Wheeler's been using that probably for about, I'd say, 8 or 9 years now. So Zane Patton down at second base. Campton Martin at the plate. Takes that one for a strike call. Counts 2 balls, 1 strike.
Let's see if we can get one to the right side, maybe move over to third or on second. So it's a pretty good gap on the right side.
3-1 the count. So Jon McCowan. I don't know if it's Jon or John. It's Jon. What would you say?
Let's just go with John.
Okay. We'll probably get it wrong. We apologize to his mom and dad and grandparents and any relatives. Patton out at second. Dancing around a little bit. Here comes the pitch from McCowan. Outside. Ball 4. And Campton Martin with the free trip down to first base. No outs. And you have to have Van Hook. Blake Van Hook. I know one thing, the 3-hitter going in after 2 back-to-back walks, you think he'll take this first pitch or you think he'll be hacking?
Knowing Luke and having watched Luke play a lot of baseball growing up, I'd say he's free swinger.
Mm-hmm. Off-speed pitch. Good pitch right there. Strike 1 called. First time all day he's been ahead in the count.
I know smart on Luke's part. You know, you don't take a bad swing at the off-speed stuff with no strikes yet.
Yep. So here's the 0-1 pitch. Patton. Pitcher steps off. Bad throw. He had him dead to right, but that'll be an error on the pitcher. Allows Zane Patton to score, and Campton Martin will go all the way over to third base. It was a good idea right there, but the bad throw allows Zane Patton to score on the attempt. He had him picked off. And they're going to say it was a balk.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, I'm not sure that was a legal play right there. He wheeled towards second and then threw it towards third. I think you definitely have to throw it to the makes you wheel to first.
Yeah. So that'll put Zane Patton. He'll go back to third base. Campton Martin will go down to second. Still an error on the pitcher. He had the right idea. He just a little bit flustered when Patton took off.
That was a good move. Good move. He just needed to go ahead and throw it to second. They would have had him picked off either way.
Mm-hmm. Wind blowing over from center field to left field. Ball outside. Is that the count 2-1, Chris? Or is it 1-1?
I've got us at 2-1 now.
2-1.
Scoreboard may be a little slow with us here.
Yep, that's fine. It's their first game of the year. That'll make it 2-2. Scorekeepers and all that kind of stuff, they got to remember they're volunteers, right?
That's right.
And like I always say, if you think you can do it better,
volunteer yourself.
There's not a very long line. So 2-2 the count. And Scott County's number low. Well, I think that makes it a full count. Patton speed down to third base, I think we'll get a run.
Yeah, anything he plays, he's going to score. And then, put one in the outfield. Campton's got really good speed from second. So.
There's the fly ball. Sizemore back.
It's going to drop.
It's a big lip out there. That's a tough error right there. If you haven't played at Scott County's Charlie Sutton Field, there's a huge drop-off, about 4 feet. It seems like 4 feet of difference between 10 feet out in the outfield and where the shortstop is.
Yeah, those outfielders, they lose some height when they step out to the outfield.
Yep. I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to say that's a run. That's a base hit and an RBI.
I'm going to have to get my eraser out there.
For Mr. Colvin. Hey.
That stuff, he kind of got turned. I think the wind played a little bit into that, too.
Yep. I'm sure if you ask him,
he should have had it.
Yep. But we'll be nice. It's just a scrimmage. It doesn't count to anything official. Let's make everybody feel good.
Also, too, right, he's looking right into the sun as well, so that may have.
So the number 4 hitter for Scott County, Ethan Miracle, first baseman. Runners on the corner. Scott County with 1 run in. Runners on the corner. And the number 4 hitter, Ethan Miracle, at the plate. A lot of lefties don't want to go to first base with the pickoff move with the runner at third base. But McCown did it on that first pitch, our first attempt. Taking his time. Here's the pitch. Outside on the breaking ball.
It's a lot of that off speed. He's just having a hard time getting it down into the strike zone.
Yep.
It's kind of hanging a bunch of them out wide.
Yep. Blake Van Hook, his second trip of the inning. And that's one of the things when you're an off-speed pitcher, are a crafty lefty and you're having trouble with that breaking ball, you kind of think twice about heaving that fastball in there, don't you?
That's right, yes. When you got Ethan's a very good fastball hitter, got a lot of power, and I'm sure he's trying to be careful where he places it.
Yeah, and the thing with McCown, it looks like he uses the curveball to set up his fastball. In fact, curveball off-speed pitch is not working. Miracle calls time. Outfield pretty much playing straight up. Shortstop, surprisingly, is cheating more to second base than I thought he would with the number 4 hitter up, leaving a big hole between the third baseman and the shortstop. Here's the pitch. Outside.
I think he is playing to where he's pitching. He's throwing most things outside. Maybe that's kind of they got their defense set that way.
Sound like an old hitter to me talking right there.
Yeah.
No outs for Scott County. The number 4 hitter, Ethan Miracle, at the plate. Runners on the corner. Campton Martin down at third. Colvin at first. Colvin's off on the pitch. Pitch is in the dirt. And Colvin slides at the last minute. Just wanted to get the uniform a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
So runners at second, third now for Scott County. 1-1's your score here. Great day for baseball in Georgetown, Kentucky. Scott County High School. Charlie Sutton Field. Scott County Cardinals taking on the Jaguars from North Laurel High School. And that one's low as well. Miracle says, do I really have to walk? And that loads us up. Bases loaded. Sorry for being delayed on the scoreboard. The sun's right behind me, and I can't see the computer screen if I'm being honest. So now the extra hitter, number 37, Joseph Garrison, at the plate. 3 walks and a single. A generous single on a misplayed wind ball by the shortstop. And McAllen. It's going to have a pretty short day, isn't he, Chris, if he doesn't start finding the plate?
Yeah, it's 3 walks out of 4 batters, and he's thrown quite a few pitches already. So I'm sure these guys are on a tight pitch count, being the first time out this year.
Yep. Zane Patton had pretty much the same struggles for Scott County. He just got a couple of fly balls to help him out. And Joseph Garrison swung right through that when the count evens up. 1-1. North Laurel, Scott County pretty much has scrimmaged every year for probably the last 10 plus years. Ever since Coach McWhorter's been at North Laurel and Scott Willard has been in Scott County, I think they pretty good buddies. It's always a great job. They got a great attitude when they come up. I think Coach McWhorter down at North Laurel does it the right way, along with Coach Willard at Scott County. Off-speed pitch, fouled back, out of play.
I think you see that in a lot of sports. Coaches have good relationships with each other, and they work out scrimmages a lot and things like that. You see it in football, basketball, these sports.
Yep. The nice thing about it is it's kind of a running joke with Coach Willard and myself. Every year they schedule this down at North Laurel because it's always up here, but it seems like it always rains about 2 days before the scrimmage. North Laurel, no tarp. So pretty much seems like every year it gets moved up here at the last minute. So it was supposed to be down there today, so we weren't going to do the broadcast. Talked to Coach Willard last night, and he said, hey, guess what? I'm like, I already know. I'll be there.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I didn't mind seeing that text a couple days ago that the scrimmage got moved.
Yep. So Garrison at the plate for Scott County, 1-2 the count, bases full. Here's the pitch. Fouled back.
Good at bat by Joseph. He's hanging in there, fouled off a couple pitches. And
good hustle by Paul Garner, the third baseman, getting the foul ball. Field's looking in pretty good shape, considering.
Yeah, it's good shape for earlier this year. Y'all came by the other night and they were putting the tarp out, so I think Willard was playing that game too. He was hoping to keep it at home.
Swing and a miss, and a strikeout swinging for the first out. So up for Scott County, Garner, no D, Paul Garner. Where's number 4? Plays third base. Chance here with 1 out to put the ball in play and get a run in. Hopefully, if you're a Cardinal fan.
That last pitch by McGowan was probably the best one he's thrown yet. It was low in the zone and had good movement on it. Dropped right out of the strike zone right at the last minute.
Now he's still struggling a little bit. Interesting to see how long Coach McWhorter goes and sticks with him. Probably regardless of what happens, he's going to have a pitch count. If he throws 55 balls and the pitch count's 60, he's probably going to stay out there at a 60.
I would think you're right.
To the Scott County's third baseman, Paul Garner. Like I say, glad you could join us. If you're listening, you know where we're at, but write it down. It's thebirdnestsports.com. We're going to be bringing probably about 15 or so softball and baseball games for Scott County and for Great Crossing. Going to kind of spread it around a little bit. There's a strike on the take from Garner. Makes the count. They've got it 1-2 on the scoreboard. I thought it was 2-1.
Yeah, I did too. Maybe that pitch before that, he may have given him one.
Yep. So spread the word. The games will be free. And that one's fouled straight back over our head. Feel a lot safer with Chris here. Instead of just calling.
If we're going to be set up here for the games, probably going to bring a glove next time, Mike.
There you go. Well, I can tell you it's a lot easier just to duck.
Pretty good fielder back in my day, though.
That's back in the day. Now you're a YouTube candidate.
That's true. That's true. We'll keep Connor close with his glove.
There you go. Off-speed pitch, high and outside. Yep. You're one misplayed foul ball away from fame.
That's right. That's right.
So 2-2 the count. Scott County's Paul Garner. Bases loaded, one out. Here's the pitch for McCowan. Down the pipe. And Paul Garner fouls it off. Good job right there.
Yeah, another good at-bat by Paul. He's trying to time the pitcher up. And for the hitters, first time they've seen live pitching too.
Yep. And like I say, there was no baseball or softball last year.
Right.
Got canceled at the last minute due to all this stuff we're going through. Great Crossing hasn't played a game yet as a school. That one's up. In play.
Infield fly, I would think.
Infield fly. Hilliard comes underneath of it, makes the play for the out. So that's 3 on that one. 2 outs in a row there. Paul Gardner with the bases loaded. Great job there. Now to bring up Jackson Saylor. Where's number 34? Plays left field for Scott County. He'll come up here with bases loaded. A chance to add some runs for the Cardinals. They got one in. Zane Patton scored on a walk. And they've had Campton Martin, Colvin, and Miracle out on the bases for quite a while, the last 2 batters. Garrison strikes out. Garner pops out to third, or pops out to the first baseman, and we're going to get a balk call. And not happy about that, I'm sure, but hey, umpires are getting used to it as well. So Scott County takes a lead on that one, Chris, 2-1.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't really see what he did on that.
I didn't either.
Kind of looking at the base runners, but not much argument from their coach, so obviously he saw it as well.
Well, that's the thing about it. You know, if you've been around baseball a long time, you can get mad, you can get upset, but there's only 2 people out there that are right. And the umpire out at second base said he balked, so he balked. Pitch is outside, 1-1 the count.
Unless you're in the majors, they're not going to change it.
Exactly.
At least they have replay in the major leagues, but
Yep. I don't know if I'd want replay at the high school level. It'd be about a 6-hour ball game, wouldn't it?
They're long enough as it is.
Foul ball back. I tell you what, McAllen, if he can get the ball over the plate, Scott County's really not. They're really struggling. Every time they put the bat on the ball, it's just a little nubber off to the first base side, out of play. So he's working that outside corner pretty much every pitch. Is McCowan for North Laurel. There's the ground ball just like that. He fouls one down to third base just to show me. He must be listening.
And that's one of the few he's thrown inside.
Yep.
So Jackson kind of went where the pitch was on that one. And like we talked about, it's tough to time these guys up sometimes.
Yep. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch for McCowan. Outside corner, fly ball up to center field. Gilmore running underneath of it in left center. One-hand catch, which I don't understand why. As they always say, if you've got two hands, why not use them? So Scott County strands 3 runners as well. Scott County in the bottom of the first inning, 2 runs on 1 generous hit, 1 error for North Laurel, and Scott County leaves 3 runners on base. So one inning complete, Chris. Scott County with a lead, 2-1. We'll be back here to start the top of the second here in just a moment. So back live here at Charlie Sutton Field. Scott County new pitcher on the mound, Evan McCallum for the Cardinals. It'll bring up Corey Broughton to lead off the inning for North Laurel. He's the right fielder. Where's number 20? First pitch is a ball. So a lot of balls here today, which can be expected. Somebody needs to get the young kid off the screen. You don't realize it. You think it's safe because the screen's there until that ball comes at you. There's the ground ball over to Garner. Garner up with a nice scoop. Ethan Miracle for the out. Good job right there, 5-3. And hats off to the big man over at first.
That's a heck of a scoop. Backhanded off the dirt. Went down, got it, and scooped it up. Very good play.
So 1 in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up Noah Rush, the designated hitter for the Jaguars. First pitch for McCallum. Ball inside. Somebody needs to tell Mr. Bottoms if it's close. It's got to be a strike, right?
Yeah, pretty good location on that one.
No. And that goes for both pitchers, not trying to be homers.
That's
here,
right,
but,
yeah.
I think the plate should be a little bit wider in March. Two-0 pitch, right at the knees, hard of the plate. 2-1 the count. I thought it was going to be a little bit colder today. It is a little nippy, but it's still.
It's not bad, though. I'll be good when it gets about 75, but This is not bad for a preseason scrimmage.
Yep. Pitch outside, 3-1's the count. I always look at it in about 3 months from now, we'll be complaining about how hot it is, right?
True.
It's one thing about living in Kentucky. You do get to experience the extremes.
Wait a couple hours,
seasons.
it'll change.
Yep. A little bit of a gift right there. Should have been ball 4 instead. Noah Rush swings at the high fastball. Count goes full. McCullum from the windup. Fastball down the middle. A strikeout looking. I think he was looking for something else or on that one.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's a straight fastball. And he's not thrown many off-speed pitches yet. He's done a good job of keeping stuff in the zone.
So 2-1 is your score. We're in the top of the second inning here. Charlie Sutton Field. Mike Ritchie along with Chris Wilhite bringing you the basketball. I keep saying basketball, Chris. Bringing you the baseball action. Off-speed pitch inside. Just missed on that one. I'm consistent. I'll say basketball when it's football and baseball when it's basketball. So it's a sport.
It's a sport. And it's being played.
Yep. There's a strike. 1-1 to count. Again, we talked about Great Crossing. You know, their inaugural year was last year, but baseball got canceled. So I know Greg Stratton and
I'm sure those guys are excited to play.
Yep. Greg Stratton.
Good thing about that
baseball
field,
coach.
I guess their new field should be better shape than it was last year.
Yep.
Had an extra year to grow in.
Yep. Greg Stratton, the baseball coach. Jeff Portwood, the new coach at Great Crossing as well. Swing and a miss. Picks it up. Good job, and Miracle misses the play. The throw from Colvin was just a little bit high, but I think Ethan kind of stretched before he realized where the ball was coming from.
Yeah, I think so. And it looked like that ball was tailing to the right. And
I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to give the ear to Colvin, but again, I'm being generous, but I think Ethan feels like he probably should have had that one as well. But that's a strikeout in the books, but the result of that is Sizemore winds up down at first base, and that'll bring up Blake Van Hook, the second baseman. He walked and scored the only run for the Jaguars in the first inning.
You know, it's a good job of pitching by Evan there. He started out with the first two batters, threw nothing but fastballs, and that guy he threw three straight off-speed, I guess probably curveballs on those last couple.
Yep. That one there is pretty high. So top of the second inning here, Scott County 2-1. McCallum should have been out of the inning, but the swinging strike was in the dirt. Colvin comes up, throws it a little bit offline. Miracle probably should have made the play, but it goes off his glove. And Sizemore winds up down to first base. Counts 2-0 to Blake Van Hook. Van Hook calls time. McCallum steps back, and we'll do it all over again. So, Chris, I have to ask you, I know you played about 17 sports when you were at Scott County, and really, I think it was 4.
It was 4, yes.
Which was your favorite? I think I know what your answer is going to be, but I want to let you see if I'm right or not.
You know, it's probably basketball. Obviously, was my favorite, but really, whichever sport was in season. I mean,
that's my favorite answer.
Enjoyed playing whichever one was going.
Yep, that's my favorite answer from a high school kid. And it makes it easier to say that when you're good at all 4, right?
I could play all 4. I don't know about how good, but yeah, it was more fun. I mean,
well, that's something you're seeing more of at Scott County. Scott County kind of went away from it there for a while and kind of did some specialization, but a lot of good job by the coaches to spread that out, and more kids you're seeing playing multiple sports.
Well, you're going to see that more and more. I talked about when the schools were split that more kids were going to get opportunities, and not only in individual sports but to play multiple sports.
Yep.
And it's taking time for some sports to fill in numbers.
Yep.
You know, it's unfortunate some of the tennis teams, golf teams aren't even able to field teams yet.
Yep.
But as more kids continue to play as they come through elementary and middle school, then it'll start to kick in at the high school level.
Yep. And again, you wouldn't think about it as big as Scott County was when it was just one school. You would think every sport would just have everybody kind of out there saying, hey, I want to play.
Right.
But, you know, like you say, that golf and tennis and those kind of sports, really at Scott County, there wasn't a lot of numbers. There was really just kind of the kids that specialized in it and
That's right.
played it. And pretty much, I know my daughter, Rachel, she played tennis, and she played, you know, from the 7th grade on. She allowed to play. So, I mean, I could see if the schools were split when she was in high school, they probably would have had trouble fielding 2 tennis teams. Foul ball straight back. Connor, you going to get that for us?
Give them make a run for it.
Yep. Nobody's asleep in the North Laurel cheering section now after that one.
Yeah, they were all running, but they didn't really have a plan to where they were running to or from.
Yep. That is true. So we'll woke everybody up on that one. 0-1 the count, 1 out. I've got 2 outs. I'm sorry. You have 2 outs or 1 out? It's 2 outs, isn't it?
2 outs.
Yep. Scoreboard is. We'll have to get on him. Foul ball. Off-speed pitch. Low and outside.
It's a good location. It's hard to hold off on that one. 2 strikes, and he did a good job of starting it in the zone. And
yep, 1-2 the count. 2 outs. Runners at first and second for North Laurel. Here's the pitch from McCallum. Fastball, check swing, foul ball. Hope Coach Will has a lot of baseballs today. Or a lot of foul ball getters.
Yeah, that's right.
Somebody would get a lot of suckers and gum from the concession stand today. They were giving it out.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. That usually draws all the foul balls back.
So Miracle playing deep at first base, not holding the runner on, especially with a runner out at second as well. McCallum, off-speed pitch. Foul ball out of play down the right field side again. Been a long inning. Been a long first inning and a half, let's be honest.
Yes.
That's what happens. We've had about 7 walks already.
And Evan, we've played a lot of summer ball with Evan growing up. He's not the swiftest worker out there, but
yep.
He's got his own rhythm and what works for him best.
Yep. That's one thing about it. As a pitcher, you kind of control. You go as fast as you want and as slow as you want, right? Off-speed pitch. I don't know how you lay off of that one.
Tough.
2-2's the count. Yeah, I've always struggled. I always like pitching fast myself because it gets your defense on their toes. And
right.
I've always thought if you give a defense time to think, they're probably going to mess up. Sailor pretty deep out in left field for Scott County. Fastball just inside. Full count. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Top of the second inning. Charlie Sutton Field. Scott County High School. Mike Ritchie, Chris Wilhite. Bringing you baseball action here on the birdsnestsports.com.
Nice.
Yep. Swing and a miss for the 3rd out of the inning. In the inning, North Laurel, no runs, no hits, 1 error on the catcher, and 2 runners left on base. So after an inning and a half, Scott County leads 2-1 over North Laurel. We'll be back in just a minute. So welcome back to Scott County High School. Charlie Sutton Field, Mike Ritchie, Chris Wilhite. We're the birdsnestsports.com broadcasting crew here to bring you scrimmage baseball, high school style. John McAllen coming back for the second inning. First pitch, swing and a miss. From Scott County's second extra hitter, Carson Flowers. So bottom of the second inning here. 2-1, Scott County with the lead. McAllen ahead in the count, 0-1, pitch outside. Taken for ball 1. Off the handle, in on the play. Sizemore scoop and throw and a bounce. Nice play by Hellier. Two good plays by each first baseman on ground balls. Scott County's Ethan Miracle on a scoop to throw from Garner in the first inning, and Sizemore made a nice play on the run. He didn't have time to think about it. He had to catch and release. Hellier does a good job over at first base on the scoop, so 6-3 in the scorebook. First out. And that'll bring up Scott County's Connor Ramsey, the shortstop. No, we're down the right field line. We can't see it for the dugout, but it's a fair ball. Terry Smith says, get over to second. Here's the throw, and late slide. Tell you what, that's 2 late slides for Scott County. They need to work on that a little bit. But an off-field, off the handle, double down the line for Connor Ramsey, the shortstop.
It's one of those that's perfectly placed, I guess, wasn't it?
Yep. Now the second baseman for Scott County, Aiden Lopez. One out here in the bottom of the second inning. McCowan spin move. Let him know he's out there. And Ramsey back easy. Connor Ramsey batting from the left-hand side. The first one of the day, I think. Has the old-fashioned high socks on. Or high pants with socks. Foul ball straight back. Andrew Wilhite on a hop. Getting the loose ball back to Kenton Bottoms, the home plate umpire here tonight. Wind blowing straight in from center field to home plate. Off-speed pitch, strikes the call. 2 strikes on Aiden Lopez for Scott County, wearing number 54, playing second base today for the Cardinals.
I've played a lot of games on this field, Mike. I don't remember the wind blowing in a whole lot on this field.
I don't either.
Seems like it usually blows towards the left most of the time.
Yep. Pitch in the dirt.
Uh-oh.
He holds up. Here's a slide. Good job. Connor Ramsey kind of got a little bit of a late jump.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing when he took off there a little bit late.
Yep. Great job of Blake Van Hook behind the plate. Scott County lucky that Aiden Lopez was batting from the left-handed side there because Van Hook kind of had to go around him.
There you go.
Put the ball in play. He's going to get a run across. Lopez grounded to Hurst, over to Hilliard for the out.
That was just a good job of hitting by Aiden there. Got it to the right-hand side, and good job by Connor taking advantage of that extra base there on the pitch previous to that.
Yep. Scott County Blake's the third run of the ball game. That'll bring up back-to-back left-handed hitters. This time Andrew Wilhite, the right fielder for Scott County. Base is empty. 2 outs.
See what Andrew can do right here. He's not just come right off the basketball court this week, so he's only had really 1 day of batting practice.
Yep. Connor's probably been working with him.
Yeah.
You think?
He's probably been telling him what to do. I don't know. And he'll probably tell him what to do after this game, too.
Exactly.
Depending on how he does or what he does.
Yep. Foul ball back on the left side. Haven't had too many of those. Those are a lot easier to go get.
A little more room on that side.
Yep.
The road's a little bit farther away.
Yep. If you've not been to Scott County, foul balls down the right field side go on the road, over in the parking lot, and over in the football field. On the left side, they go up by the tennis court, so it's a lot easier.
And they roll back down to the bottom.
Yep. It's a lot easier if you're on foul ball duty in the dugout to go get those. Now, that one there had a little bit of heat on it off the tennis courts. Had somebody already up there, and he's already got it.
And it stayed in play off the fence.
Yep. 2-2's the count. Deuces, as he liked to say. Using the baseball term, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Scott County's right fielder, Andrew Wilhite. Here's the pitch from McCowan. Off speed, just inside. That's one of those, I don't want to get hit, but I need to check and make sure it wasn't a strike. What do you think?
He hung in there as long as he could on that one.
Yes, he did.
He was trying to take it off the inside shoulder, but you're right, it was pretty close.
From the windup, McCowan, straight back. Wilhite stays alive. Hit that one off the wrist.
Right off the handle on that one. Fastball inside that time.
Yep. So 2-2, still the count. Wilhite gets on. We'll roll back to the top of the lineup with Zane Patton on deck. Wilhite, swing and a miss for the 3rd out of the inning. Scott County. With 1 run on 1 hit. Connor Ramsey kind of threw it. You couldn't have thrown it down there any better. Looked like a pitching wedge.
Yeah, it was perfect. Right down the right field line.
Right field line.
Just inside the foul line.
So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no runners left on base. And after 2 complete, Scott County 3, North Laurel 1. We'll be back here in just a second. Welcome back to BirdNestSports.com. Mike Ritchie, Chris Wilhite. Top of the 3rd inning here. New pitcher for Scott County. Pitching for the Cardinals, Joseph Garrison. 3rd pitcher for Scott County. Looks like Coach Wilhite's. It looks like Coach Willard's going to pitch. Pretty much, it looks like a pitcher an inning, if possible. And like I said, Joseph Garrison on the mound for Scott County. Zane Patton started off.
They must have plenty of arms because they must have plenty of arms. My understanding they're playing a 9-inning game, so they've got to get everybody a good inning to work today.
First pitch from Garrison, high. That's the theme. Colvin's going to probably get a little bit of a lecture from Coach Willard on that. You don't want to make your pitcher have to do that, do you?
That's right.
That might be the toughest play he had to make all day, hopefully.
Let's hope.
So the left fielder batting, leading off for North Laurel, Connor McKeon. Singled, stranded at 3rd base, had the RBI. Fly ball, straight center field. Campton Martin camps underneath of it. Easy can of corn right there, as they like to say. Fly ball to 8, F8 if you're scoring. That'll bring up Austin Smith, the 3rd baseman. He walked, stranded at 2nd in the 1st inning. And really, honestly, Chris, you can pretty much, if you're not keeping the book, you can pretty much guess that everybody's walked their first time up. It seems like. Off-speed pitch by Garrison right there. Pretty pitch.
Tar walks the 1st inning, you're right. But kind of pitchers both settled in that 2nd inning. Looks like Joseph's got pretty good control starting out this inning. Joseph's not an overpowering pitcher, but does a good job locating. He's got a very good curveball, off-speed pitch.
Pitch in the dirt there, ball. So the count's 1-1.
I know we've got at least one viewer today, Mike, but we may have just picked up our 2nd.
There you go. That pitch there looked a little bit close. 2-1's the count, 1 out. Where to get out? Like I said, we're going to try to do about 15 ball games. We're going to do some Scott County boys baseball, fast pitch on the girls' side, and we're going to do the same thing over at Great Crossing. Pitch is low and outside, off the backstop. And really all we're trying to do here, Chris, with this, got to say special thanks to Art Morvay and Lynn Reeves over at Scott County Physical Therapy, Dr. Rob Henderson. Also, they are helping bring this as a service to Scott County.
Yeah, we appreciate those guys stepping in and helping out. You know, baseball is one of the sports where there's somewhat of unlimited fans, you know, can come and watch. You know, basketball and football are very limited, and
Yep.
A lot of teams have had to be creative and find ways to let fans watch. And this is another way, you know, get grandparents and family that can't get to all the games to be able to tune in and watch as well.
Yep, nice pitch right there. Austin Smith couldn't lay off of that one. So a strikeout, great job by Joseph Garrison. 2 outs. You want to say so far it's been pretty easy for him, but I'll probably jinx him by saying that. Gavin Hurst, the second baseman, hopes he can change the luck of Joseph Garrison, but here's the pitch. Off speed, strike the call. It's a good pitch right there. It's pretty much a straight up and down curveball there.
That's right. And it was in the zone, and you want to try to work ahead of these guys as best you can.
Yep.
And there's one outside the zone. It looked like it was.
Throw the first one to strike. Throw the second one looks just like it, but it's about 8 inches further outside. And that's the thing about, you know, from the hitters, we kind of seems like we might be, talking about the pitchers a little bit with all the walks, but you get a pitcher that comes in and starts throwing strikes, these batters are kind of a little bit tentative about swinging. So Garrison misses on that one. Good 0-2 pitch right there. Gavin Hurst was able to stay off of it. What was your toughest pitch to hit? Can you remember back that far?
Anyone they threw, pretty much.
Yep. Ground ball. Ramsey up with it. Safe. The call. Good hustle right there by Gavin Hurst. Ramsey had to come in pretty much and
I think that's Zane
Patton
playing short. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Zane Patton went from the mound to the shortstop. My bad. We're not getting any updates on the lineup changes, so we'll do the best we can. But
our spotter's not doing a very good job for us, is he?
I'm telling you.
We'll have to wake him up for the regular season game.
Yep. But Zane, that's a tough play. He had to go to the 6-hole.
That was tough. He kind of, he called off the third baseman. Garner was kind of moving that direction. A lot of times you see the third baseman cut in front and take that ball, but Zane called him off, and it was bang play at first.
First pitch to Brady Gilmore, the center fielder's low. Gavin Hurst, you got to give him credit. He knew he didn't hit it very well, and he was out of the box quickly and beat it by about a half a step.
He did get a very good jump out of the box, yeah.
2 outs here, top of the third inning. Good pitch there by Joseph Garrison. Evens the count up at 1-1.
Well, I'd say we've had a lot of rain this last week, and the field's probably not real smooth yet either. The grass still greening up, so that was a slower than normal roller to shortstop.
So here's the 1-1 pitch. Good job there by Brady Gilmore. Check swinging on that one. He wanted to go for it.
Yeah, he did a good job of holding up. Good job by Colvin there, keeping it in front of him, keeping the runner on first.
So the count's 2-1. 2 outs here. Top of the third inning. Over at first base, Gavin Hurst being held on by Ethan Miracle. Garrison from the stretch. Off-speed pitch, strike called. So deuces on the scoreboard again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And again, we talked earlier about, we'll talk about that mid-innings here. I was going to talk to you about the impact of streaming sporting events, especially with the pandemic going on. I think it's kind of changed the dynamic as the off-speed pitch fouled straight back.
Ooh.
Just missed.
That little girl moved just enough in her chair. It hit right on the frame.
Yep. She went to Mama. Mama hugged her, and it hit the side of the frame where she was sitting. So So the count stays 2-2. Gavin Hurst over at first base for North Laurel. Here's the pitch, a little bit low. Brady Gilmore staying alive. Full count here. Gavin Hurst will probably be off on the pitch.
Full count, 2 outs. He'll be running. Nice.
Nice pitch there. Had him looking. There was no way in the world he was going to be able to hit that one. He kind of guessed wrong, and Chris, as we know, if you start guessing at the plate, pretty much have a hard time. So no runs on one hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base, and we'll stay here. Chris, I want to kind of get your opinion. You know, Art and Lynn with the Scott County Sports Network, when it was just one school, they kind of sponsored us for about 10 years. We brought probably 50 ball games a year and stuff like that, and of course I had to up and move up north, and pretty much broadcasting died, and then Scott County came back and hooked up with the National High School Federation. They've got the camera in both gyms, and I think they even have a camera out the football field now. I think they're working on.
They do.
But pretty awesome technology, so they were able to start bringing athletics, I think, for the last 2 years, right?
Yes, those cameras have been in for the last 2 years. You know, it's pretty neat that you can sign up for that subscription and be able to watch not only your school's games, but once you sign up, you can watch games all over the country. Some schools have incorporated live audio with it, broadcast teams, and have done it that way. A lot of them just turn the cameras on and let you watch. And it's good and bad. There's no cameraman that's directing the cameras. It's all sensors. So sometimes you get the cameras floating back and forth and miss some plays. Seems to happen more in football, I think, because you got more people on the field and they're more spread out. So sometimes it gets off, but overall, probably a good thing.
Yeah, and DT's done a good job. He's teamed up with Mike Scoggins over at the News Graphic and with the Bird Nest Broadcast Network. Along with that, so Kyle Oakes has gone out, him, and usually I think it's Derek Varney most of the time.
Right.
And then we'll have some fill-ins. But Cal does a great job not only promoting sports through the News Graphic, so hats off to him. I don't see how he covers as much as he does, but for him also to be able to broadcast football and basketball games, it's pretty amazing.
It is pretty good. Yeah, Cal does a great job. He seems to be everywhere that an event's happening.
So Corey Broughton now on the mound for North Laurel. He was out in right field, so we're not sure who the right fielder is now. But Corey Broughton comes from right field to the plate. Great job there by John McCowan. He pitched 2 good innings there. Gave up 3 runs. All of those have to be earned.
Yeah, and he struggled a little bit the first inning with his control, but second inning he was able to get the ball over the plate and did a good job.
My granddaughter's watching me. She said the announcers are laughing at you all running from that ball.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, those of you listening cannot call anybody at the ball game and tell them what we're saying.
That's right.
We just had somebody come up and we were kind of joking about the fans waking up. One of the North Laurel fans came up and said, my daughter's watching it, and she told us you all were making fun of us. All in good fun. Great job there hitting by Zane Patton, a line drive through the 6-hole for the base hit to start off the inning for Scott County. In the bottom of the 3rd inning here, Scott County up 3-1 is your score. That'll bring up Campton Martin, the center fielder, walked and scored on a balk. His first time up. Zane Patton probably going to go here in the first pitch or two, I would say. Not on this one, ball in the dirt. And I always like that. Somebody from the dugout's hollering, come on, Zane.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier when you're in the dugout, isn't it?
That's right.
That split-second reaction right there. You got to guess, is it going to get that far away from Blake Van Hook? Because if it doesn't, you're a dead duck at second. Zane Patton decided to stay at first base. He's waiting. He's going to let his buddy Campton Martin get a chance to get him down to second. Broughton holding him on. Ball inside. Kind of a mix-up right there. Van Hook looked like he was on that pitch outside. Broughton throws it inside. So good job of movement by Blake Van Hook behind the dish for North Laurel. Counts 2 balls, no strikes to Scott County center fielder Campton Martin. Scored Scott County's second run in the first inning. Patton extending the lead a little bit further over there, held on by Hilliard. Broughton says, I see you. Little cat and mouse game going on there. And that's a nuance of baseball. If you're not a big baseball fan, that's the part that probably a lot of people think's boring. But
right,
that cat and mouse game is a lot of fun if you really study baseball. Pitch inside. Martin takes the pitch. He called it a strike, didn't he? Nope.
I'll be honest, I don't know. The scoreboard has 3-0, but
Nope.
he did.
He made a lot of noise for a ball. If he
It could have
did.
been the catcher yelling.
Yeah.
Maybe thought the guy was running over the first baseman yelling.
Yep.
Zane kind of faked like he was going to steal second on that one.
3-0 pitch. It's a little bit low.
Well,
So there's the walk. It wasn't a strike, so I don't think that was Kenton Bottoms making the noise, but regardless, Zane Patton trots down to second. Campton Martin over to first, and that'll bring up the catcher Luke Colvin, single and an RBI in the first inning. Scott County's first RBI, even though it's unofficial for the season. Squared around the bunt, a little bit late. Probably not a good pitch to bunt right there. I don't know if that was called by Coach Willard or if that was just he did it on his own. Couldn't tell.
I would be surprised if it was not called by Coach Willard.
Yep.
You got your 3-hole hitter. Colvin's not probably been asked to bunt a whole lot in his career.
Yep.
But no outs, first and second, trying to move the guys over.
Off-speed pitch, strike called. So 0-2 the count. Good job by Corey Broughton. Scott County with runners out at first and second. Patton is out at second. Martin's over at first. Scott County with the lead, 3-1 here. We're in the bottom of the third inning at Charlie Sutton Field. Colvin
Just missed that one.
just
going
missed
down
that
the
one,
line.
yep. He didn't get a lot of it, but just down the line.
Stayed back good on that one, that off speed. And
Yep.
waited for it.
So Corey Broughton on the mound for North Laurel. Asked for another baseball. No, I'm sorry. They threw both. They replaced the baseball that went foul, and the third baseman throws it back to the pitcher. So the pitcher says, I can't pitch with 2 baseballs. 0-2's the count.
I just thought the outfielders always carried that extra one in their pocket
Yep.
when they ran
Yeah.
after it.
I've seen somebody do that.
That was even closer than the last one.
Yeah. And he hit that one a little bit harder too. So the count remains 0-2.
See if this pitcher mixes it up here. He's thrown him 2 off-speed pitches in those last 2. See if he maybe tries to throw one past him here. Oh, off speed again. That's going to fall in.
Yep. A base hit. And that's one of those, if there'd been 2 outs, you probably would have scored 2 runs there, but instead, everybody just advances a base. And Luke Colvin gets his second hit of the day. And that'll bring up the 4-hitter, Ethan Miracle, walked in the first inning. Gonna have a pinch runner out there for Colvin, the catcher. So now Ethan Miracle, the number 4 hitter. No outs. The bases are full. Big opportunity here for Scott County to add to the lead. First pitch from Broughton. That that woke up Coach Smith over at first base, as that was a line drive off the front of the dugout.
Yeah, that one came off the bat very quick.
Scott County bases loaded here in the bottom of the third inning. Can't be in a better spot with your number 4 hitter up. Broughton from the stretch, pitches low. And Chris, just to ask you, Broughton's going from the stretch. What reason do you decide to go from the stretch of the windup here with the bases
I think
loaded?
probably it's your personal preference, whichever you feel more comfortable with.
That one goes through the 5-hole. So a wild pitch gets Zane Platten to score. You think that's a wild pitch or a pass ball there, Chris? I'll let you be the official score.
That was a pass ball.
Pass ball. Went through the wicket.
Yeah.
So we give him a pass ball, but Zane Patton puts Scott County's 4th run of the night. And now Ethan Miracle says, now I can only drive in 3 runs.
It's a good spot for the pitcher, I guess.
Yep.
It's a tough one for Ethan to hit.
Yep. That's one of those he might have hurt me.
Yep.
He realized it was March. Plate got a little bit wide on that one. The count goes 2-2. No outs here, bottom of the third inning. Pitch where Broughton bounces it. Going to get Campton Martin easily. The first one was a pass ball. That one there was the other variety, a wild pitch. Nothing Mr. Van Hook could do right there. Now Luke Colvin, he's over to third base. Scott County scores their 5th run of the day. Let me update the little graphics here. Pretty nice graphics. Keeps you the outs. Usually we'll have somebody running the computer, not just me. When we do that, we'll do balls and strikes and outs and all that kind of stuff. Ethan Miracle gets his 2nd walk of the day. That'll put runners on the corner for Scott County. No outs. 5-1 is the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. That'll bring up Joseph Garrison. Joseph did a great job pitching there in that top of the third, didn't he?
He did a very good job. Joseph has really worked at pitching over the years and has developed into a really good varsity starter, looks like.
Taken all the way there. Strike right down the pike from Mr. Broughton. Looks like North Laurel down 5-1 is going to concede the run here and try to get a double play up the middle. Third baseman's back deep as well, so anything other to the first baseman or the pitcher is probably going to bring home the pinch runner out there for Scott County at third base. Didn't get his number or name. Trying to catch Mr. Miracle over at first base, sleeping a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who that is on third myself. I can. They all look the same, but it's one of those where there's no number 33 on the roster. I've already looked.
Have you?
Yes. He pitched ran in the first inning too, and he was not on the roster.
Ah. Well.
You know who that is on third, Connor? The runner.
So the count's 1-1. Coach Willard gives the 3-digit sign over there to the hitter and to the runners. So Ethan Miracle down at first, the pinch runner down at third base, and Joseph Garrison. Here's the 1-1 pitch, popped up. The shortstop one-hands it. Sizemore says, I've got it. And that'll be the initial out of the inning. So F6, runners aren't able to advance.
That's Thomas Fikert pinch running on third.
Thomas Fikert wearing number 30, what,
33. He must have changed numbers.
Yep.
Thomas got a lot of speed. Should have known that was who was pinch running. That makes sense now.
Yep. So strike the call. Ethan Miracle, somehow he got to second base. I don't think he wanted to slide, or I don't know what was going on there, but it wasn't pretty. But it doesn't matter if it's pretty or not. He's safe down at second base. And Scott County has runners at second and third, with one out here in the bottom of the third inning. You got to be careful, kind of chuckling there, but awful
hate
dangerous
to-
out there.
Yeah, you don't want to see injury here in just a preseason scrimmage.
Yep. Foul ball off the bat of Paul Garner. Fikert off on contact. He was going to score right there.
Yeah, North Laurel's just playing a regular defense setup, looks like. I would assume in probably a regular game, they at least have the corners in
Yep.
at this point. Maybe all the infielders in.
Yep. Scott County up 5-1. Pitch to Garner's inside. Count goes to 1-2 for Scott County's third baseman.
Let's see if Paul can just get something on the right side here. And
Scott County's had a lot of trouble sliding out at second base today. A couple of late slides, and then Ethan as well. I don't think Ethan knew if he wanted to slide or not. I think that was a little bit indecision there. The first two runners just slid really, really late.
They were just late, yeah.
So the count goes to 2-2, one out for Scott County's Paul Garner. Sorry to interrupt you there, Chris.
I was thinking of sliding. That's probably not something you are able to work on in preseason much, if not being out on the field. And
Called strike 3 there on Paul Garner. Yeah, that's one of those things you always contemplate. You know, I've seen them get plastic and all that kind of stuff and wet it down and stuff like that. But a lost art. Most kids nowadays have a trouble sliding. They don't do it quite as much. First pitch swinging to the right fielder was Jackson Saylor. Nice play out there for the replacement for Corey Broughton. Don't have his number. But regardless, an F9, the third out. Scott County strands 2 runners. But they score 2 runs with 2 runners on base. No errors and 2 hits for Scott County, and they increase the lead to 5-1. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. Scott County up 5-1 over North Laurel. We'll get ready to go into the 4th inning when we return.
Makes life fun. I'm sure it does.
He's a freshman. Welcome back to Scott County High School. Mike Ritchie, Chris Wilhite, Charlie Sutton Field. Scott County High School baseball preseason scrimmage. Scott County up 5-1 against North Laurel as we go into the top of the 4th inning. New pitcher for Scott County, Landon Whitson, freshman on the mound, throwing from the left side. First pitch from Landon. Inside the call. Batting the pitcher, Corey Broughton for North Laurel. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Scott County scoring runs. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. 5-1, but it's nice to see 5 runs out there, but they had an opportunity to get a whole lot more.
Left several on base. We've definitely left several on base. First 3 innings.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Called ball as well. So Landon Whitson, first batter, he goes to 3-0 count. Nice day for baseball. A little bit windy, but that's okay. Gracious strike call there, probably a little bit outside, but I think the home plate umpire is being very consistent. He's widening the outside part of the plate here.
Yeah. That was a 3-0 strike for sure.
Fly ball up to right field. Andrew Wilhite underneath of it. One hands it. I have to talk to him about that. For the first out here in the fourth inning. So F9.
That was a good comeback by Landon there. Got down 3-0 and found a strike zone on those last two and got a good fly ball to right field. Yeah, we're going to talk about that one-hand catch, Mike.
Yeah, I have to bring it up to him.
It looks good, but there's going to be times when that it's not going to look too good.
So now batting Noah Rush, the designated hitter, struck out looking in the second inning. First pitch ball. Yeah, I always recall David Parker going back the time that he one-handed one out in right field for Cincinnati and just dropped it. Kind of was a little bit embarrassed, so I feel like if the major leaguers can do it.
Yes, the Cobra.
Mm-hmm.
He always kind of swiped down when he caught it anyway. He had that little motion, so he
now that's one of those things. You got that extra hand, why not use it?
That's right.
And I don't know, when I was playing out there, I had a hard time not using two hands for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, especially these days when the wind's blowing and that ball is, it's a little different playing straight in the middle of summer. The ball doesn't move as much, but these early games, that ball's going to be moving a lot.
Ball low, count 3-1.
Especially in right field, you get a lot of slices coming off that right-handed bat. Those balls definitely don't come straight to you.
Yep. But I could see if we were having this talk with Andrew, he's like, guys, I got it.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, I hope you keep getting it, because if you don't, we're going to let you know, right? Swing and a miss, count goes to full. So Landon Whitson came back from a 3-0 count on the first batter, got the fly ball to right field. Now he's come back from 3-0 count and gets a swing and a miss, strikeout.
Nice high fastball there.
Yep.
Landon's done a nice job. It's, you look around, you don't see a lot of left-handers on the team. So I'd say, even though he's a freshman, there's always going to be room for that guy that can throw from the left side.
Yep. Scott County's had a lot of good lefties here in recent years. One of them pitching over at Eastern right now.
That's right.
Mr. Fox in the runs.
2 nice innings against Laurel the other night.
Yep. In their back-to-back runs to the state tournament, he was kind of the ace.
Right, that's right.
He won both first games in the state tournament. Won the big games in the region and the district as well. Doing a good job over at Eastern. Pitched a couple innings in that big upset against Louisville the other day.
I think right in the middle of the game, like 5th, 6th inning. So he was right in the heart of the lineup when he pitched.
So 2-0 count. That one's a little bit outside. Cade McKee, another one playing baseball at the collegiate level.
Right.
Another lefty for Scott County.
Sam Sutton was a lefty, right?
Sam Sutton. Yep. So I say Coach Willard was really, really happy to see Landon Whitson out there being a little bit successful because he likes using those left-handers. And to be honest with you, you don't see a lot of left-handers at the high school level. Count goes to 3-1.
Yeah, I look around on this team. I think you've got Landon, you got Andrew and Wright's left-handed. He can pitch a little bit. He doesn't, pitch a whole lot. And then I think the only other one today is Jack Wilhite. He's in 8th grade, so I don't know if he'll, but he throws from the left side as well.
And an easy free pass to Mr. Sizemore, the shortstop for North Laurel. So he got a base on balls, head down to first base. Sizemore lined out to the left fielder in the first. Strikeout, error on the catcher in the second, and walks in the third. And that'll bring up Blake Van Hook. Mr. Van Hook's 2 free passes, both times up. Scored the only run for North Laurel. in that first inning. Whitson's first attempt to go from the stretch. Ball high. And Coach Willard says, well, I need to go out and talk to him a little bit. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah, and he's just get settled down. He's, able to get the first two guys out, but he also went full count on two of them.
Yep.
And obviously the third guy walked, so.
Kind of a little bit of a fool's gold there.
Right.
Then hats off to him coming back from 2-3-0 counts to get the first two batters.
That's right, yeah.
But Blake Van Hook, the catcher.
You got to feel like he's wanting to get some swings in. He's walked twice already.
Yep.
He's, especially preseason scrimmage, he's got to feel like he's going to be swinging a little bit.
Yep.
This at bat.
Yeah, I have a lot of appreciation for catchers, even at the high school level. They exert a lot of energy.
Yes.
So ball one here, one out. Sizemore, the leadoff hitter, over at first base, and he bounces that one. So whatever Coach Willard said, he might have told him just throw another ball. What do you think? 2-0 count here to Blake Van Hook, the catcher for North Laurel. One out. Excuse me, it's two outs. Great crowd out here today.
Very good crowd. North Laurel's brought quite a few fans with them as well.
Yep, they always do.
And like I said, people are ready to get out. And
yeah, I think you hit it on the head. With the sports we've had up to this point, especially with basketball, you pretty much have to have a controlled environment because you're inside. But baseball, you can pretty much spread out as much as you want to. Pitches outside. Quick throw, good block by Ethan Miracle. Good idea by Colvin over there.
That's a good idea. He just kind of short-armed it a little bit. Good job by Ethan coming off the base and knocking it down, keeping it in the infield. 2 outs and to keep that going first.
Two outs here in the the top of the fourth inning. 3-1 count to the number 2 hitter, Blake Van Hook. Whitson from the stretch, ball high. Back-to-back walks. That'll put runners at first and second. Sizemore down at second. Van Hook over at first. 2 outs. Scott County up 5-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Good learning opportunity here from Landon Whitson, the young freshman.
That's right.
Best time to learn.
And first time out in a varsity game. He's probably got a little nerves too.
I would say so. Strike the call to Will Hellard. Flew out to the center fielder in first, sac fly for the RBI. I'm sorry, he had the sac fly to move him over to third base, and then he struck out in the second for the third out of that inning. 0-1 pitch on its way from Whitson. In the dirt, good job by Colvin.
Good block.
To block that one. Coach Willard over there says throw him out. He had a chance at him out at second that time, didn't he?
He did, but he probably had a better chance to get on first.
Mm-hmm.
He went a little bit too far. I know you don't want to throw behind a runner too often like that, but yeah, he almost ran over top his guy on second there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure Ethan was ready for a throw over at first either.
May not have been. That's
He's
probably
pretty
good.
deep. So the 1-1 pitch. Runners at first and second base. The pitch is a ball. And Colvin, I think he was throwing that to second,
I
wasn't
believe he was, yeah.
That's interesting. Taking the dog for a walk. Literally taking him for a walk. He's not making him walk. Behind us. Good pitch right there. The count goes to 2-1. No, correction. 2-2 is the count. 2 outs. To the batter wearing number 2, Will Hellard, the first baseman for North Laurel. See what Mr. Whitson has on his mind right here. He winds up, lets the pitch go, off speed, straight back. Right through the gate. And almost hit a Highlander. So the count remains 2-2 here.
See right here if Laney can get one a little bit lower in the strike zone. He's keeping that ball up on this guy, and it looks like Heller probably not a guy you want to keep one letter high to, belt high to.
No. You say number 3 hitter, first baseman, big guy, line drive, and a great play out there by Zane Patton. Couldn't hit any harder, but unfortunately for Mr. Heller, he hit it right straight to Zane Patton. The shortstop for Scott County for the 3rd out of the inning, and North Laurel, no runs, no hits, no errors for Scott County, and North Laurel strands 3. So through 4.5 innings, Scott County with the lead, 5-1. We'll be back here shortly on birdsnestsports.com. Welcome back to the baseball broadcast. Mike Ritchie, Chris Wilhite. Here at Scott County High School, Charlie Sutton Field. Scott County heads into the bottom of the 4th inning with a 5-1 lead. Leading off for the Cardinals, Carson Flowers. On deck is Connor Ramsey. And in the hole is Aiden Lopez. On the mound, Corey Broughton pitching his 2nd inning for North Laurel.
Well, it looks like the Scott County guys are going 1 inning at a time. North Laurel, 2 at a time, looks like, yeah.
And that's what's fun with baseball, because both of them are the right decisions, right?
Who's to say you're wrong?
Yep. That one bounces just a little bit short of the plate. Count evens up at 1-1. Scott County's extra hitter, Carson Flowers, ground ball to the shortstop, 6-3 for the out in the 2nd inning. Count goes to 2-1. Pitch a little bit high and inside. Mr. Flowers looks like if he gets a hold of it, he can pretty much hit it a long way.
Yeah, what I've seen, just a little bit of practices I've been able to catch from the parking lot or driving by, that Carson's got a pretty strong bat on him.
Just missed that one.
Yes.
Fouled back on the left side. Scott County, some new lights out here. I think they put them in last year.
They did put them in last year.
Just noticed
just in time to not get used.
Yep, I just noticed them on the foul ball. One of the nice things, I was talking to Coach Willard about them, they've got the lights, they're really good lights, but they've got the lights about 20 feet from the bottom pointed up, which supposedly is supposed to help you on fly balls that get above the lights. So that fly ball was above the lights, but the lights weren't on, and Sizemore does an easy job on that one. Catching that one for the 1st out of the inning.
Yeah, I'll be curious about those lights, because they are very low, the ones on the top. So when it gets dark, I'm curious to see how those ones on the bottom do work on those high fly balls.
You know, they got them out there in left. They got one of those lights on each pole here on the foul territory side, but out in left center and right center field, they've got 2 of those. First pitch swinging, line drive off the bat of Connor Ramsey, straight into the hands of Hurst out at second base. So 2 quick outs there for Mr. Broughton so far.
And here's Chase. We were talking about Chase Grigsby earlier.
Yep.
You know, he's just been 2 days off the basketball court, so he's getting a chance to get a little action today as well. Likely will be in a starting lineup at some point, I'm sure, once he gets a few days under his belt.
Yep. So first pitch of ball to Chase Grigsby. Here comes the second one. Curveball way outside. It's weird seeing him playing his senior season. I remember him out here with his older brother and sister watching them play when he was about 1.5 feet high.
Yeah, that's right.
Nubber off the plate.
Beat that out.
Broughton took it off the glove. And we're going to say E1 on that one? Or you want to give him a hit? You're the boss.
Well, like you said earlier, preseason scrimmage, we'll give him a hit.
Okay.
You gave it that other guy a hit.
There you go.
On a flat of shortstop. We'll get a little tougher once they get some games under their belt.
Yep, sounds like a winner to me. So Chase Grigsby down to first base with his first killer hit of the season. That'll bring up Andrew Wilhite. And Andrew struck out the first time up. Takes a first pitch strike there. Count goes to 0-1. 2 outs here for Scott County. Corey Broughton in control here so far. Even the base hit was about 15 feet from the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Great job of hitting right there. Nothing prettier than an opposite field single off the bat of a left-handed hitter. I could be biased, but a great job of hitting right there. So back-to-back singles for the Cardinals. That'll hand it over to the top of the lineup. That'll bring up the shortstop for Scott County, Zane Patton. Zane scored both times here today. He led off the first inning with a walk, got a single, and scored on a pass ball in the third inning. So Scott County trying to do some late damage here in the bottom of the fourth inning. First 2 batters with outs. The second 2 batters with back-to-back base hits. Broughton from the stretch steps off the back of the mound.
You talk about hitting the opposite field. I've obviously seen Andrew hit a lot of baseballs, and that's, I would say, 70% of his hits go to the left side.
Yep. Ball in the dirt. Good jump by Chase Grigsby. And there's the error on the throw from Van Hook. So it's going to be a pass ball and then an E2. And that'll put Andrew Wilhite down at second base. So good job, good aggressive base runner. You can hear Coach Smith up here talking about a good job being aggressive.
I don't know, this lineup's not necessarily the way they maybe, start once they get to playing games, but you got Chase and Andrew, a lot of speed there at the bottom of the order with this lineup they're using today.
There's one down the right field line.
And then you come back with Zane right at the top of the order, so you got three of the faster guys in the lineup right there next to each other.
Yep. That one was just foul down the right field line. Zane Patton didn't do as good a job of laying it out there
as Connor Ramsey.
As Connor Ramsey did. So the count's 1-1 here, 2 outs. I apologize. I'm not keeping the ticker up to date because I can't see the screen.
I've not really been keeping up with it, Mike, but it seems like we scored several runs today with 2 outs. Several of the runs.
Yep. Pitch in the dirt.
They ain't had a chance for more. We've left several on base. Getting back to that speed thing, you just keep the pressure on the defense. You got guys that, like the catcher had to force that throw to third. having to rush it just a little bit made it offline and allow Chase to score off of it.
Yep. And there's a good job, good hustle by Andrew Wilhite on the wild pitch. Goes over to third base. Van Hook decides not to throw that one.
Pretty much the same situation. Andrew's about as far off third as Chase was. So I think, obviously the catcher was thinking about his last throw probably. That's
Good
in the
hit
gap.
right there. We'll see how far that one goes. It goes off the screen out in left center field. So an RBI 2-out double off the bat of Zane Patton. Good piece of hitting right there. So you hit that one about as far as you could hit it.
And not go out of the park.
Yep.
Yeah, that was probably three-fourths of the way up the fence there.
Yep. So Scott County, good job right there of hitting. 3-2 pitch. Fastball down the middle from Broughton. Good timing from Zane Patton, and he hit that one off the fence out in left center field. Scoring Andrew Wilhite. Scott County increases their lead to 7-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That'll bring up Campton Martin, your center fielder. He's walked both times up and scored. First pitch off speed. Ball one outside.
Coach Wheeler obviously expecting big things out of Zane this year. Senior season, going to do get a lot of innings on the mound. Shortstop, probably catch some. Then you got Campton Martin, second hole hitter here, another senior. Then you got Chase Grigsby just hit. So I think you have three guys there that are going to be looked upon to show a lot of leadership for this team this year.
Yep. And Coach Will and I were talking the other day. One of the things he's trying to figure out is his pitchers are also his middle infielders and the center fielder, and so we were joking that he might make a pitching change and have to move 5 or 6 people around position wise.
That's very true.
Because
and you talk about Zane, he's always been a catcher
Yep.
up until this year. So he's another guy that was the first man on the mound today. So you got to figure that he's going to be one of those starters on those district games during the week, and it'll be interesting to see how they rearrange lineups during the game. Good off-speed pitch there.
And it's a good problem to have, but a lot of times you'll have that specialty player that just pitches, and
Right.
that's usually your number one and stuff like that. But Scott County in a situation here where their better pitchers are also their better players,
Right.
the position players. So a little more strategy and thinking having to go on instead of letting that guy pitch and then you see him 5 days from now. So
And it looks like you've got several middle infielders that can fill those spots. So, and Chase, Chase Grigsby also will pitch some as well. There's another guy that's probably a shortstop, second baseman, pitcher.
Yep. Full count pitch in the dirt. Campton Martin takes his third free trip down to first base, and it puts Scott County with runners on first and second. Now we'll bring up the catcher, Luke Colvin. Back-to-back singles. Had the RBI single in the first. Single in the third. Batting again here in the fourth. And this hurts if you're a defensive team. Your pitcher comes out and gets the first 2 batters out. And then he comes back and gives up three hits in a row and a walk.
And a walk, yes.
So as a coach, you're like, what can I do? I've got him in the position. He's getting people out. And it all started with that little nub off the bat of Chase
Which could have very
Griffey.
easily been the third out.
Yep.
And here we are 2 runs later.
It was a tough play by Corey Broughton. He had to charge it. It wasn't about 15 feet from the plate. He charged it on the way in. It kind of bounced off his glove. By the time he picked it up, Grigsby was safe at first. And then that's when all the noise started.
And he went from throwing probably 5 pitches to now he's up, I would say, 20 pitches.
Yep.
22 pitches.
22 pitches.
Thanks, Connor.
Our official pitch counter. Hope we don't get past 35 because Connor has struggles with numbers above 35 from what I hear. Ball in the dirt. Just joking.
I thought it was 20 because he runs out of fingers and toes after 20.
So 3-1 the count here, 2 outs to Scott County's catcher, the 3-hitter Luke Colvin. 2 singles already, looking for another one. If he gets one right here, good chance of scoring a runner out there. The pinch runner out at second base for Scott County. Good off-speed pitch and a good job right there. Luke Colvin staying alive. DT says it's loud and clear on the internet, so
Good.
Thanks for that update. Again, if you're watching us here tonight, call a friend. Let them know we're doing these broadcasts. Like we say, we're going to do about 10 or 15 broadcasts spread across baseball and softball, both at Scott County and Great Crossing. Tough play right there by Sizemore, and a great job of running. The runner was right in front of Sizemore when the ball went right to the shortstop. So a good job out there by Scott County's number 60, Sebastian Arden, the freshman.
Yeah, I think it definitely by him slowing up as the ball was coming towards the shortstop definitely made it tough for him to read that.
So Scott
Forced
County
him into a backhand and was
Yep.
able to. Ball got past him on that one.
I'm going to give him a run, a base hit right there. Coach McWhorter comes out and says, good job, Corey Broughton, but I'm going to bring in someone else. And that someone else is going to be Connor McKeon. Connor McKeon pitching now for North Laurel. Looking at him real quick off the stat sheet. A senior for North Laurel. Throwing from the right side. So we'll take a break here and we'll be right back. And you can let you enjoy him warming up here on birdnestsports.com. So welcome back. Connor McKeon on the mound for North Laurel, the senior, coming in for Mr. Broughton. Couldn't make it through his second inning work. First pitch, a little bit faster speed there, Chris, from Mr. McKeon.
Yeah,
batting for Scott County is Evan McCallum. That doesn't look like Evan McCallum.
Let's see that. Yeah, that's Evan.
Okay.
So good.
Oh, so in here pitch hitting for I don't know what happened there. So McCallum batting for Ethan Miracle here in the fourth inning. Did you see what went on there, Chris? I kind of missed it.
Looked like Evan was trying to square around the bunt, and Campton stole third, and
Must have foul tipped it maybe,
I
or
assume that was the signal he was given, but
Yep.
Coach Willard is questioning why he was trying to bunt that. It was a little high,
Mhm.
obviously. And Campton had third stolen pretty easy.
Yep.
He had a great jump to third.
0-2 count. 2 outs here. North Laurel, like we said, Broughton had the first 2 batters out. Had a number off the bat to Chase Grigsby, and since then there's been base hit, walk, and base hit. Scott County extending the inning a lot longer than Coach McWhorter thought was going to happen.
Definitely.
Again, Martin had third base stole again, but McCallum fouls it off down the right side.
And obviously a little different situation for Evan. He had 2 strikes, definitely had to be swinging, but you're right, Campton had a running start on that steal. Had a great jump on that one.
Yep. What's up, Coach?
Hey, what's going on, Coach Richie? They look pretty good, don't they?
Yep.
Pretty pleased.
Doing a good job.
They look, I mean, solid in every position. I think they've really had a good day so far.
Yes.
Yep.
Good.
Yep. So here's the 1-2 pitch from McKeon. Curveball. Good job of hitting McCallum. Even better job out there by the second baseman. I don't think that's Mr. Hurt. I'm not for sure, but an easy flip over to the shortstop.
Yeah, Evan hit it right on the button. He just hit it right to the second baseman. Did a good job of staying with it and getting the guy out there advancing to second.
Scott County scores 3 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. There were no errors on the play or the inning for North Laurel, and Scott County strands 2. So through 4 complete, Scott County leads the Jaguars of North Laurel 8-1. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back here. You're watching Scott County High School Baseball on the birdsnestsports.com network. So back live here at Scott County High School. Charlie Sutton Field, Mike Ritchie, Chris Wilhite. birdsnestsports.com. New pitcher for Scott County, Jackson Saylor on the mound. Zane Patton behind the plate for Scott County.
Jackson, another junior. Got a pretty live fastball, good curveball to mix in behind it.
First pitch strike. Here comes the second one. That's a sharp curveball right there, wasn't
Sharp, very sharp.
it? I don't know if Mr. Connor McKeon really realized what was going on there. That looked fastball all the way and just dropped about 6 inches at the last second. So great pitch right there. Leading off for North Laurel is Connor McKeon. On deck is Austin Smith. McKeon calls time. Down in the count 0-2 here in the top of the 5th inning. 0-2 pitch high. That's really where you want that 0-2 pitch most times.
Yeah, he definitely didn't give me anything to hit on that 0-2 pitch.
Count evens up at 2-2. Scott County, Jackson Saylor on the mound. Six-foot junior, there's the number. Saylor does a good job off the and the first out of the inning. 1-3 in the books. That'll bring up Austin Smith. Smith walked in the first inning, struck out in the third. So his third time time's up was when you kind of figure out the pitcher, but one problem. It's been a pitcher each time.
He's faced three
with a different
guys.
number, right?
That's right.
First pitch, fastball, low and away. If he was on the other side, that makes it low and in, Connor. Like we said earlier, appreciate you watching us, our first broadcast after a little bit of hiatus. If you're watching it, call a friend, have them come check it out. We're going to be doing about 10 to 15 ball games here across Great Crossings and Scott County, fast pitch softball and baseball. Here's the 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Count goes to 2-1. And Chris, I hate to say it, but if every day this year could be like this one, I'd be okay with that.
We'll take it.
You see, you're getting greedy now. You want 10 more degrees, which means we're going to get 50 more degrees.
I'll take it.
You'll
I'll
take that 100?
Yeah, I'll trade that any day
Oh,
for
wow.
cold weather.
Ooh. The count was 2-1 on the back of his jersey. And Austin Smith.
And I'll say Austin would appreciate 15 degrees more, too, after being hit by that.
Yep.
It won't feel as bad when it's a little warmer.
Yep. That'll bring up the second baseman, Gavin Hurst. A walk and a single so far today. Put a pinch runner in. I wouldn't run either after I got hit. Don't have his number. And Jackson bounces one about 4 feet short. Breaking ball gets away from Patton, and an easy trot down to the second base for the pinch runner for Austin Smith. Pitch on that one. One out here in the top of the fifth inning. One lead here. Saylor with the pitch. Outside, and the count goes 2-0. Chris, can you make the number of the runner out at second base?
It's got a 1 in there. Connor. If we can get him to turn around, we'll be good. The number's a lot bigger on the back.
I think it's a 14, but I'm going to let Connor do his job.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's not going to matter now because he's out. Good job right there, picked off on the throw from Zane Patton over to Mr. Garner down at third base for the second out of the inning.
He does a great job by Zane. Kept the ball right in front of him. Runner didn't get a real great read on it, and Zane just put it right on the money.
Yep, and a good tag right there.
Very good tag by Paul.
Paul caught it just in time, and as the runner's foot was sliding in, he was able to get the glove between the base and the foot. Second out of the inning, fastball, strike called. The count goes to 3-1.
If Jackson get dialed in here, he's third batter, and
Yep, you jinxed him.
well,
So another base on balls here today. Gavin Hurst trots down to first base. 2 outs in the inning. Now batting Brady Gilmore, the center fielder for North Laurel. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Mr. Saylor. Outside. Count goes to 2-0. 2 outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Scott County up 8-1 over North Laurel, and Zane Patton says, I need to go talk to you about something. Seven walks so far today for Scott County's pitchers. Six walks by North Laurel. So 13 free passes so far. That 2-0 pitch was called a strike, and the count goes to 2-1, 2 outs here. Gavin Hurst over at first base for North Laurel. He's off on the pitch. Fastball low, and Gavin Hurst beats the throw for a stolen base. That was going to be a tough play. He got a pretty good jump.
He got a very good jump. I was just going to say that. Yeah, very good jump.
That speed he displayed that third inning, where he beat the throw from Zane Patton out at shortstop. So runner down at second base now. 2 outs. 3-1 pitch is a little bit short. And Mr. Gilmore, well, he'll get a free pass. So that'll put runners at first and second. And that'll bring up Corey Broughton. Pitched the third and the half of the fourth inning for North Laurel. Went back out to right field, I'm assuming. Since he's still in the ball game, that's where he started today. Jackson Saylor looks at the runner down at second with the windup, and the pitch is a ball. Chris, I think you jinxed him.
I did jinx him. There you go. I think it's kind of the case with all these guys. It's the first time out. They're just all trying to find that good release spot. And
can you see who's playing shortstop out there?
shortstop looks like Connor Ramsey back on short. Chase Grigsby on second. That's going to be it.
Good slide out there by Gavin Hurst, but Zane Patton almost had his second runner of the inning thrown out at third base. But instead, North Laurel has runners at the corner. 2 outs.
You can see why Zane's been such a good catcher growing up. I mean, he's got a very accurate, strong arm. That's 2 in a row he's put on the money down to the third.
Yep. Jackson Saylor gets the called strike on the outside corner. Two strikes on the batter. Here's the pitch from Saylor. Swing and a miss.
Good comeback there. Very good comeback. Good pitch right there. Rolled in on his hands, and guy wasn't able to get around on it.
Yep. So North Laurel, no runs in the inning. No hits, leaving 2 runners on base. And no Scott County errors. And Scott County threw 4.5 with the lead 8-1 here on birdsnestsports.com. We'll take a timeout, let you watch the warm-ups, and we'll be back to call the bottom of the 5th in just a minute.
My teachers wear those. Every pajama day. Like all the teachers. I'll pay. I got
Where can we put you out there? We just have like a Roman camera. We can put you bullpen on this side. You sit on the tarp for a minute. Maybe just put him in the pocket. There you go. Yeah.
for like a GoPro. That'd be good.
Put you there too. Pretty wrong again.
Welcome back to Charlie Sutton Field here, Scott County High School. Scott County going into the bottom of the 5th inning with the lead. 8-1 over North Laurel. It's a scrimmage ball game. I don't know if we're supposed to keep score, but we're doing it because you're playing the game, right?
So, I know it doesn't count a win-loss record, but every time you go out, you always looking to get that win.
So Garrison set the lead off for Scott County, but instead we'll have a pinch hitter. That pinch hitter is going to be number 33, and that is
Thomas Fikert.
Thomas pinch ran early in the ball game, wearing a little bit different number than's on the roster. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Thomas likely to be, if he does play in the field, I know he's batting for the extra hitter there at Garrison, but Thomas is an outfielder.
Tell you what, Mr. McKeon.
Tell you what, he dialed 3 up in a row right there. That's pretty impressive.
Quick job right there. Thomas Fikert, 3 pitches, 3 swings, 1 out. Off-speed pitch. I hate that when you're a hitter. You see 3 fastballs and come in the first pitch.
Paul's been in the on-deck circle, timed up 3 straight fastballs, and then breaks 1 off.
Great job starting here with Connor McKeon. 4 straight strikes. That one's, I think, a little high on purpose. Paul Garner's able to lay off of it. Garner so far 0 for 2 on the day. Pop up to the first, fly ball to the first baseman. Strikeout looking in the third, and now he finds himself behind the count. 1-2 here. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Strike called.
Wow.
So back-to-back strikeout looking, and Coach Ward says, hey, it's 0-2, you got to be ready to swing. That one kind of caught him off guard. That was a late sliding slider.
Definitely a lot of late break on that one.
McKeon's in a groove now. And you can tell the difference. We were talking earlier, Chris, how slow the pace was because the pitchers were struggling. McKeon's throwing strikes, and he's like, give me the baseball. Right. He's just rocking and firing. And that looked pretty good right there, but he's getting the fastball and the breaking ball over.
Yeah, he's definitely dialed in. You get a little confidence, you definitely want the ball quicker.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball high. Count goes to 2-1. Scott County. Jackson Saylor, the pitcher for the Cardinals, at the plate. 0 for 2 in the ball game. 2 fly balls. 1 to center field, 1 to right field. Scott County having a hard time catching up to the fastball of Mr. McKeon.
He's got a pretty lively arm for sure.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. That was one of those I can't swing at it. I hope he calls it a ball types of look from Mr. Saylor.
Definitely high and tight.
Here's the full count pitch. Curveball, strike 3. I didn't even have to wait for the umpire to call that one. That had him sitting back on his heels. Nothing he could do about it. And if you're a North Laurel fan, you can't get any better than this. Scott County, no runs, no hits, no runners left on base, and no errors. Quick bottom of the 5th inning right there. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching Scott County High School Baseball on birdnestsports.com. We'll be back in just a second.
That's all you got to do.
So welcome back to Scott County High School. Mike Ritchie, Chris Wellhite here on the Bird's Nest Sports.com network. We're at Scott County High School. That means we're at Charlie Sutton Field, right across the road. Scott County with a new pitcher in the ball game, Trey Courtney, the junior. 6 innings. This is the 6th pitcher for Scott County. Pretty easy math right there. I know Connor Wellhite has to be impressed how quick I did that math.
Had to use 2 hands, though, didn't you?
I hear you. So new batter in for North Laurel, wearing number 6, Andrew Cupp, batting for the leadoff hitter Sizemore. First pitch was a ball, second pitch, outside corner. Being consistent, giving him that 2 or 3 inches off the outside corner on that one. He's been doing it all day. That's all you can ask for. Here's the 1-1 pitch in the dirt. Good scoop by Zane Patton to keep it in front of him. Chase Grigsby moved over to shortstop for Scott County.
So we got McCallum on first. Sebastian Arden checked in the game there at second. Another young player. He's a freshman, I believe. Chase. Looks like Joseph Garrison is.
Who'd you say the second batter was?
Sebastian Arden. We got that one, Connor. We got it.
Connor, you never holler heads up when somebody's head's down. Who'd you say is over third base?
Looks like Joseph Garrison's at third. Nice pitch, Trey. Good off-speed pitch there.
Andrew Cupp, easy at bat there for Mr. Courtney. First out of the inning. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter. Whoops. That'll be the catcher. Blake Van Hook, 3 walks in 3 appearances. Off-speed pitch is a little low.
I believe it's a new batter, too. I believe it's number
7.
Looks
Yep.
like number 7.
Yep, that's Mr. Blake Van Hook. I thought it was a new batter, too. He looks a lot bigger when he has his catcher's gear on. Swing and miss on that one. Evens up the count 1-1 here. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Trey Courtney rocking and firing for Scott County. Off-speed pitch, strike called. 1-2 is the count. A little outside, winds changed. It was blowing straight in, or it was blowing to left field. Now it's blowing from center field over towards first base. Off-speed pitch outside, and the count goes to full, 3-2. Chris, looking at our flag out there, if anybody wants to donate a flag, it looks like our flag is has seen better days out there in center field. Still means the same, whether it's a little bit old or brand new, but that one there has seen plenty of life, it looks like out
Definitely has
there.
a lot of age on it.
Now batting for North Laurel's number 30. That would be Elijah Miller.
We're getting to that part of the game in these scrimmages where this score sheet is going to get a little messy.
Yep. Like I say, we'll probably call till the 7th, and then we'll just let the video run until they get finished. Because at that point in time, because like you say, it is a scrimmage, your scorebook looks so tough, you're probably not calling the right names anyway. But until that point, we're here in the top of the 6th inning. Scott County up 8-1 over North Laurel. A lot of free passes. I think there's been a total of 14 walks when combined from both sides today, but some good pitching as well for both sides. There's a good pitch right there from Courtney. Probably the highlight of the day on the mound is was probably Mr. McKeon that last inning. He came in and
Three up, three down, three
throwing some
strikeouts.
heat.
Yeah.
And he was doing it rather quickly as well. Courtney holding the runner on. Rocks and fires. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Miller couldn't lay off of it. First base occupied. That means it's a strikeout. No throw needed. So 2 outs. Pinch runner down at first base. And now batting for North Laurel. I think that's number 3 if I guessed it right. We'll see here in a second. It is number 3, a 1 bouncer back to Courtney. He runs over, hands it to McCallum at first base. Pretty good inning there by Mr. Courtney.
That was a very good inning. Good control. He did a good job of locating those off-speed pitches and 2 strikeouts and a ground out to the pitcher.
Yep. Only blemish there was the walk, but no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. So 6 complete in the books. Scott County with the lead, 8-1 over North Laurel. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back on the birdsnestsports.com network. Welcome back to Scott County Baseball. Charlie Sutton Field, new pitcher in for North Laurel. Seth Elkins on the mound for the Jaguars, a junior pitcher, catcher, and infielder. That tells me he can pretty much play anywhere. Off-speed pitch outside. That means it's going to be called a strike. And 0-2, early advantage to Mr. Elkins. Scott County with the lead, 8-1. 0-2 pitch. Flowers can't lay off of it, but he lobs down to first base. The throw from the catcher to the first baseman. Over at first base is Elijah Miller. So easy early out there. And that'll bring up number 60 for the Cardinals. That'll be Sebastian Arden, a freshman. Here's the pitch from Elkins. Must have been just a little bit more outside the normal because he thought about calling that one, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Count evens up 1-1. Bottom of the 6th inning here, Scott County 8-1. Off-speed pitch by Elkins, way outside.
It's a tough contrast. The last pitcher they had was throwing probably as fast as anybody has all day, and then this guy's coming in and definitely more of an off-speed pitcher.
Call strike 2 there. Count evens up at 2-2 for the Scott County freshman, number 60, Sebastian Arden. Off-speed pitch, good job. Ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop cleanly fields it over
Beat that out for sure.
to Miller, and good hustle there by Arden as he's safe.
Good hustle right there.
Infield single for the freshman. That'll bring up Chase Grigsby. Grigsby hit one about 15 feet in front of home plate. Tough play for the pitcher, but it started a pretty good rally for Scott County as they plated 3 runs in that inning, all of them after 2 outs. Broughton looked like he was totally in control of that inning. First pitch swinging is Grigsby to the center fielder. A little bit short. The center fielder couldn't get to it. Good job by Sebastian Arden out there reading it off the bat. He probably would have had a close play if he'd have thought they were going to catch it, but he got a good jump. Got out to second base, and Grigsby with a base hit himself.
That's good to see Chase get 2 good hits there starting out the season.
Yep.
And that was a good job by Arden there, reading that off the bat, made him able to get to second. Ball wasn't too far past second.
Now batting for Scott County, number 53, which for this point, unless you can tell me who that is, it'll be number 53.
That'd be Jack Wilhite.
Jack Wilhite. I just thought I'd give you the test. See if you passed it. Jack Wilhite, the freshman, younger brother of Andrew Wilhite. So I reckon it makes it easier for me to put in.
Yeah.
I'll just
Same
change
spot,
Andrew
same
to Jack.
spot, different name, yeah.
Count goes to 2-0 for the freshman, left-handed.
8th grader, actually, Mike.
Or excuse me, 8th grader. You don't want to make him older than we have to, right?
Well, we got these new rules. He may be an 8th grader again next year.
There you go. Good pitch by Elkins right there.
3-0 count. You know he was wanting to swing at that one.
Mm-hmm.
He held off.
Good cut right there. So you got Sebastian Arden down at second base. Grigsby over at first. 1 out here. The 8th grader, Jack Wilhite, at the plate for Scott County. Is it count 2-2? Is it count full?
I'm pretty sure it's full count.
Okay. We'll take your word for it. Here's the release from Elkins. Good swing right there.
He stayed back good on that curveball. That ball had a lot of break on it.
Mm-hmm.
Able to fight it off.
Good at bat for the 8th grader for Scott County. The count is full. Chris, I should never doubt you.
Guess right every now and then.
Yep. Full count. Good piece of hitting. Miller off the bag. Great job by Elijah Miller. Stabs it. Steps on first.
I'm sure Jack won't be happy with that, but he did what he's supposed to do. He got the runners moved across,
Yep.
no outs, and
Not a bad at bat right there.
Both in scoring position now.
First varsity at bat, and as an 8th grader, you can't be too upset about that one. Of course, knowing Jack, I'm pretty sure he is.
You know Jack well.
Mm-hmm. Now batting for Scott County. Back to the top of the lineup is Mr. Wilson.
Jay Wilson.
Jay Wilson.
You can tell by his helmet.
Shot.
Nice.
Line drive out to right field. Is going to score 2 runs as Arden and Grigsby come in. So good piece of hitting there by Jay Wilson. Gets himself 2 RBIs on that single to right field. And Grigsby and Sebastian Arden score for Scott County. That makes the score Scott County 10, North Laurel 1. 2 outs here. Runner at first base is Jay Wilson. Batting for Scott County.
And Jay's another freshman. A lot of young kids on this team.
Trey Courtney.
Jay's a Royal Spring kid, and always shown to be a very good hitter, and kind of proved it on that there.
Yep. Yeah, he stayed right on that one and hit a line drive over top the second baseman's head right into right field. Scored 2 runs with 2 outs. Good piece of hitting.
Very good.
Two 2-0 pitch. Line drive back up the middle. Trey Courtney. Following the leader. Base hit. That'll get Jay Wilson down to second base. Scott County staying alive. Now batting for Scott County, Luke Colvin. Luke, perfect on the day. 3 singles, 2 RBIs. Trying to keep his hot streak alive. 3 singles already, looking for the 4th. Off-speed pitch by Elkins. Strike called.
It's funny how you get 1 or 2 hits and then just kind of trickles through the lineup. You'll get they'll get a little confident watching the teammate do it. And
so the count's 1-1, 2 outs here in the the bottom of the 6th inning. Scott County up 10-1, runners at first and second base. Base hit right down the right field line for Colvin. Give him another RBI as Jay Wilson scores, and Trey Courtney over to third base. So good job, Luke Colvin. 4 hits on the day. Trey Courtney goes from first to third. That'll bring up for Scott County number 50, Evan McCallum. Evan, fielder's choice in the 4th inning, his first time up. Pitch inside. Ball 1. So runners on the corners for Scott County. Scott County's increased the lead to 11-1. Pitch outside from Elkins. You have 11, Chris? I think that's what I have.
yes.
Off-speed pitch, strike called. Great 2-0 pitch right there from North Laurel's Seth Elkins. Batting for Scott County, Evan McCallum. Foul ball out of play. Over behind the first base dugout. Two the count, 2 outs right here. Runners on the corners. Trey Courtney over at third. The hot-hitting Luke Colvin, 4 for 4 of the day, over at first. Here's the pitch. Nubber into the 6 hole. Past the third baseman. That means it's going to be a tough play, and it's going to be an infield single for Scott County's Evan McKellen. That's one of those, Chris, that third baseman, he's got to be a little more aggressive. That's the only play they have.
The only shot is him being able to cut across the infield and make a play on that. You know, it's just sometimes not how far you hit him, it's where you hit him.
Yep.
That ball just found the gap.
First pitch swinging. Mr. Miller lost that one in the sun, the sky, or something. Tough play and new life for Thomas Fikert.
It looks like he lost that one right off the bat because he was going back, and that ball was definitely going towards the right field fence.
Ball in the dirt. Both runners advance. Count is 1-1, 2 outs. Pitch outside. Good job by the catcher right there, Mr. Van Hook. He's got his money's worth today. I think he'll probably sleep on the way home in the bus.
And he's done a good job back there. Like he's maybe one pass ball, but a couple wild pitches, but he's done a good job.
Good piece of hitting right there. Fikert with the 2 RBI double.
Guys done a good job this inning. They seem to hit a lot of opposite field balls.
Yep, done a great job.
That's going to hurt.
Yes, it is. Batting for Scott County now is Landon Whitson. Pitched early in the ball game. And I'm glad we don't have to turn the scorecard in. What about you?
Yeah. I'll be sure to bring a pencil next time. This Sharpie's not probably not a good idea for a scorebook.
Oh, yeah. As he always told me, as long as you can read it and explain it, that's all that matters.
That's very true. Pretty sure you probably can't make out many of my notes.
Well, you can just see I put the 4 runners on a road to the top of the lineup back in the 5th inning, so I just drew a little arrow instead of recreating it. Quick work of the last batter there by Seth Elkins. Landon Whitson goes down on 3 pitches, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. Scott County, a lot of damage though. They score 6 runs. On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. No errors, and they leave 1 runner on base. So we're going to do this. A lot of substitutions. We don't really hardly have keeping up with them today since we don't have a complete roster and stuff like that. We're going to let you enjoy the video. We're probably going to turn the audio off. And again, for myself, Mike Ritchie, Chris Wilhite, we're glad you joined us on short notice. Like I say, appreciate you watching. If you watched today, like what you see, let us know. But more importantly, get the word out. Like I say, we're going to do about 15 softball, baseball games, combination of Scott County and Great Crossing this spring. So get the word out, let them know. You can always look us up at birdsnestsports.com. Like I say, we're going to turn off the audio and let you just watch the video here for the rest of the ball game. We'll keep it active as long as the ball game continues to be active. Again, special thanks from our partner Chris Wilhite for stepping in today, short notice. I'm Mike Ritchie. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the ball game, video only. Thank you.
Tell them we get Toby out of the funeral home. I tell them we're going to have a lot of Tell them I have to get up. Tell them that's why I quit talking. Yeah. I am.
I'm Laurel. Did you get him on video when you did that last one?
You know what? I had to use the restroom, so I missed it. But, oh, I did. I did.
Yeah. Yeah, and now it's playing left field. Which I thought he'd go to right, but that's where I've seen him playing before.
This guy probably got it.
Yes, they play both. I don't know.
Did he get it over there?
Go, boys! Yeah, I know. I missed.
Lined up.
Yes.
So I waited on it.
It's hard to see that line anyway.
Yeah, and then the
Can you see it there? Yeah.
It's good. Good for you.
yes, good for him is right.
Where are you guys posting this?
It's out on the.
This Thomas had trouble on this.
It's on the right down the right field line.
Nice one,
Where's this
Carson.
sports.com?
Or no?
We've been sharing it.
Oh, here, let me just take a picture.
We're about the
Looks like
20th
like,
person.
looks like a 15 game maybe.
But yeah, it'll be out there forever to go back and watch the whole game if you want to.
Oh, good. You doing all right?
Don't listen to Dog.
You know, I heard him. I was sitting over there. You can. I don't know if you were here, but you were sounding real good. Take a picture of it. Struggle with this. I'm having problems with my vision. Had 4 eye surgeries in the last summer. Yeah. Is that on the Scott County Facebook page too?
I don't know if DT got it out there today.
But we will probably.
Yeah.
He'll link it up.
Okay.
Start one.
You can watch it on the phone too.
Yeah, that one over there.
Yeah, I can.
I put off going to the bathroom.
We'll see. It's baseball. I think it's doable. Blair. I was going to do it down there.
Yeah.
But the problem you got is
this, we're gonna play like all the other kids. So it's this discussion. So, I think Lucas are gonna play like 5 innings in each one.
Oh, really?
That's cool. I've seen it.
I think you're right.
I've seen it.
You think that's what
I
we
just
should
need to make it. Get close to the end. I think they can't hear us all the
Would you expect anything less from Mike?
I figured he was up there one time.